Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today we're going to talk about Bitcoin. We're going to continue looking at the potential reaccumulation range that we're in. So if you guys like the content, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also please check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Let's go ahead and jump in. So, we've spoken a lot, obviously, already about a potential reaccumulation range, right? Similar to this one that we saw over here. The general narrative at the time, right, is it's a distribution phase. We said it's possible we drop back down, but it seems like the longer we go sideways, it's actually bullish for Bitcoin. And I think the same thing applies, right? I mean, if you see us do the same thing again, right, as we did during this accumulation phase over here, things could get pretty boring for a while, right? We made a video a few days ago saying that things might start to move sideways for a few weeks, right? And that's perfectly normal if something like that were to happen. Remember, we've shown before in bull markets that Bitcoin can tend to go sideways for long periods of time, right? And we've shown, right? I mean, you guys remember the pattern, right? The first top, right? First top here. If we continue on, we kind of had the go to the bottom from the top, bottom, or top to bottom, right? Back to the top, back to the top, back down, then back up, and then this move here broke through, so this was higher than the last two. Again, you can see it here, came down, back up, this was higher than the last two, and then we came down, kind of back up one last time, and then this red candle. So we came down, back up one last time, and then that red candle. So that's where we currently are, right? If we're repeating the same accumulation window, but on, let's say, a slightly compressed time, about 2/3 of the time. So if you were to look at the time that this took to happen, we just take a measured move from, say, this candle that broke into it to that major red candle. It was 43 days compared to this one was only about 29 days or so. So it could be that we're on a compressed schedule here and that we're gonna go sideways for a couple weeks, right? I mean, this is I think a general, there's a high likelihood that something like this happens. Note that the bottom of this range is approximately 10.9. So 10.9 is the bottom of the range. If you see us falling below that, I think 10.5 is first on the table. But really, as you guys know, the main thing to look out for in the event that we do come back down, right, is just the 20-week moving average, of course. And the 20-week moving average is something we've shown in many videos, right? It being what we need to hold for the bull market to be kind of in full swing, right? And this was the first time we held the 20-week moving average during the last market cycle back in the first quarter of 2016. So now we're already in the third quarter of 2020, and we have not revisited it yet. At some point, obviously, we will revisit the 20-week moving average, and then it'll be like the moment where we have to decide, is Bitcoin heading into a multi-year bull market, right? Or is it time to, say, kick the can down the road and say, you know what, this was a good short-term move, but in the end, we're going to revisit, say, the 200-week moving average. Now, for me personally, I don't think that there's no definitive reason why we need to go back to the 200-week. It's currently at 65.21, so still a decent ways away from where we currently are. If we plot on here our regression band that people generally like to see, and you can see we're still well within our fair value accumulation region, right? DCA into the market. Not financial advice, of course. This is what I do. But looking into this is the time, historically speaking, to be getting into Bitcoin when we're in this regression band and then waiting for us to move to the top. So if you guys remember the other day about, we talked about this, the move right to 20K will be a long and difficult journey. It's certainly not going to be all fun and games, especially to get to a sustainable 20K. Therefore, it's going to be, we're going to go up, we're going to go down, probably oscillate around this green line sum a bit. You can see we've already done it. In December of 2020, this green line would also be, at around 11K or so. And in order for us to get again to 20K in, say, 16 months or so, it's going to take about $600 a month on average of Bitcoin moving upward. So some months moves down, some months moves up, but hopefully on average $600 a month, generally speaking, in the upward direction. So again, it is business as usual, right? There's not a whole lot to talk about. I just wanted to give an update on the TradingView chart, show you guys where we are kind of in that potential reaccumulation window, right? A potential reaccumulation window that if continues to repeat the last one, we're probably just gonna get somewhat boring here for a few days. So that happens, no big deal, right? Business as usual. We'll continue following Bitcoin as we march our way through the accumulation phase. If it happens to be one, if we go back down to the 20-week, we'll be ready for that. And if we do continue to march sideways, right? Well, then you guys know what that likely means. I think that the longer we move sideways, then the higher the chance, the higher the probability, right, that we break up again and then go on to our next level, right? Maybe breaking back through 12K and 12.4, going up to 13K. And then revisiting that region and seeing what we can do. One of the nice things, right, about our visitation to 11K and the 9 and 10K regions now are that we had not spent a ton of time in that region, right? We tended to just kind of move through it rather quickly rather than accumulate in that region. You can see if we extend this one out too. Let me grab the other. Grab this, send it out. So you can see anytime we were in this range before, we just moved through it, moved up through it, or down through it. Up through it, right back down. Up, down. We had never moved sideways for an extended period of time before this, right? And in the same way, it goes for the current region, right? In the past, we had only just glancingly gone through it to the upside or broke back down to it to the downside. Again, up, and then straight back down. We had never moved into it and then just moved sideways. So this is kind of how we build our stepping stones, essentially our building blocks up to a sustainable 20K, right? This is how you do it. You move up and then you go sideways for a while, right? You move up, you go sideways. You move up, you go sideways. Looking at the last market cycle again, you can see us. You go up and then you go sideways for a long time. Up, and then sideways for a while. Okay, and I mean, it might not look like a long time, but I mean, for instance, this move sideways was 4 months. If you say we had another move up here and then it came down, it generally moves sideways for about a month or so. This move up here came back down, moved sideways for approximately 40 days. And it basically just continued on this pattern, right? I mean, here's another one over here after. I mean, a lot of you guys remember that major move. Came back down, had this move here, but then after we got there, we moved sideways for 4 or 5 months as well. So this is how you build the stepping stones, right, to a sustainable prior all-time high. So in the last cycle, the all-time high was around 1100. So this was our first stepping stone. We moved up, then we moved sideways at 450. Then we move up to 700, 800, came back down, moved sideways at 600. Moved up to close to the all-time high, right? Around the all-time high, it moved back down, moved sideways for a bit, and then we broke it. One last test below it, and then we were off, and then we went parabolic. So, I mean, we can't obviously say yet that the multi-year bull market is confirmed. Certainly, we've been in a bull market for the last few months, especially once Bitcoin got above the 20-week moving average. The question, right, is are we going to be seeing a sustained Bitcoin bull market for years to come? We don't know yet. I would say the first thing, right, is to test the 20-week at some point. But again, that could be months from now before we test it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Remember, we do have the premium list. You can check it out at intothecryptoverse.com. So check it out. You get access to a lot of different things, including alerts channel, private chat room, a risk dashboard, a premium video each week, a premium newsletter each week, and more. So check it out. The prices are going to be going up on September 28th. So, I would encourage you to check it out. You can always check it out and cancel if it's not your thing. But I would encourage you to check it out if you've been sitting on it for a while, because in about a month, on September 28th, the prices will be going up. And if you want to be grandfathered in at the lower price, then you should sign up before then, right? And if you're thinking like, well, I don't know if it's my thing or not, I basically just imagine the public channel, right? What we're doing on the public channel, but then we go into a lot more detail, right? And I'm basically posting daily updates for the most part on the alerts channel. There's a chat room to go with it, a really high quality chat room in my opinion. I moderate it, of course, so check it out if you haven't yet. You can pay with crypto, of course, and you can get a nice 15% discount if paying for 12 months. So hope to see you guys there. Otherwise, make sure you at least subscribe to the YouTube channel. Trying to go to 40,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Hopefully you guys can help me get there. Also, give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.